Brooklyn Independent Television.
Welcome. We are here at Medgar College, right in the middle of Brooklyn. And joining me is the head coach of Medgar men's basketball, Chris Pursoo. Chris is in his 4th year, and welcome.
How are you? Thanks for having me. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you. Man, it's been some ride for you so far. This is your 4th year. You're into your season. Last year, you guys won the championship. You lost to Staten Island. I think it was like 81 to 82 CSI. So it's been good year, but I know you wanted to end it on a high note.
Yeah.
Especially the conference. Then you went on to the ECAC.
Yes.
You lost to also
Richard Stockton from Dre. Yeah.
Stockton, right.
Like I said, last year was a kind of tumultuous year. We lost for different reasons, academics, personal reasons. We lost 10 guys over the course of the season. We started the season with 14 guys, ended it with 6. And for us to play the second semester with 6 guys and get to the championship game and have the ball in our hands to win the game and lose at the buzzer, it was successful, but it was kind of bittersweet because you kind of think of if things would have happened differently, if guys would have took care of their responsibilities or certain circumstances would have went differently, what kind of year it would have been.
But sometimes life has a way of getting in your way. It's not all academics, right? Yeah. Sometimes situations happen.
Like I said, last year was a pretty unique year in terms of the second semester. Like it was like a perfect storm of strange situations that affected some of the student athletes on my team. We had guys that, like I said, academics messed them up. We had other guys that had life messed them up. We had some guys that had personal issues, whether it be family issues. We had guys that lost family members and they had to reprioritize their life basically. And you kind of roll with the punches. But I was very proud with 6 guys how these guys ended up the season. And like I said, they had a chance one point away from going to the NCAA, so I'm very proud of how they finished the season.
And it also has a lot to do with you as a coach and also your coaching staff, your dad's on the staff.
Yes. I'm fortunate that my dad was my first coach growing up, so a lot about I learned about basketball, but just about life and how to deal with people. And that's just as much as this job as X and O's, dealing with people. You have 15 people on your team, you have 15 different personalities. 15 different ways you have to maybe motivate. The same thing doesn't work for everybody.
Now, in the beginning of the season, and the second semester might be different, so as a coach, you gotta have a plan from A to Z because you know what, hey, you may not be back. And the situations that are occurring at home, situations maybe in the classroom, you say, you know what, I gotta prepare for the next semester in the spring, especially for the conference.
Well, we have some challenges here that a lot of typical colleges don't have. First of all, we're a commuter school. So the kids are coming from all over 5 boroughs. I have kids on my team from Long Island. So just getting here sometimes is tough. We have one small gym, a very limited space, so we have to practice like we are right now, 8:30 at night. So that's a challenge also. I have guys that are trying to go to school full time, obviously, are trying to play college athletics at a high level, but they also have responsibility that maybe a normal 18, 19, 20-year-old don't have. Some of these guys come from broken homes, that they're head of households. They're one of the, if not the main breadwinner in their household. A couple of these guys have kids of their own they're taking care of. So we have a lot of challenges that maybe a typical college doesn't, but I'm very proud of the way these kids handle themselves. And a lot of stuff we teach them, it's a lot more than X and O's. A lot of stuff we teach them here is preparing for the rest of their life.
Life skills.
Yes.
Let's talk basketball for a little bit right now. I'm going to switch over. Your major rival in this borough is Brooklyn College.
Yes.
Look forward to playing them for the conference.
Well, we played them a couple weeks ago. Tough game here. They beat us. They played well. We could have played better, but give them credit. They played a little bit better than us. But the league is, so far in the first semester, we've only had a few league games, but the league this year seems to be pretty balanced. And January is what we kind of consider like moving month. We kind of see the cream starts kind of separating in January. We're looking forward to it. We're going to get some guys back that we did in that first semester. So, we're kind of looking forward to gelling and getting better because we know that the crux of our season is to build for the playoffs in mid-February. So we use January as that time now to start building. The first semester, we kind of tinker with a lot of stuff. I have to figure out what I'm going to get from each individual player, their role, and they have to gel with each other. So now January, we start getting some pieces back and we start trying to put it together for that playoff run.
What did you learn from last year? Because you have several players that are returning also.
Yes.
That returned from
yes.
this year, from last year.
Yes. You know, I basically from last year, I learned that, you know, we have to understand that the first 2 years we were here, we were the hunter.
We were defending the champion.
No, we were the ones that, my first 2 years, when I took over, we were coming up back-to-back 1-24 seasons. So a lot wasn't expected of us. And we had a good year first year, got to the playoffs, lost in the ECACs, and all of a sudden the second year, boom, we win the championship, which to a lot of people was like we were like a couple years ahead of schedule. So all of a sudden now we come back next year, and now we're no longer hunting, we're the hunted now. And I think it's kind of an adjustment now when you're the team that everybody wants to beat. And the same thing this year. This year we were picked because we had a lot of guys coming back. We were picked preseason #1. So we're being the hunted right now.
All right, Coach, hold on to that thought. We're going to be back with more a little bit right after this. In case you're just joining me, we are here at Medgar Evers College here in Brooklyn, and joining me is the head of the men's basketball team here, is Chris Pursoo. Chris, we were talking in the last segment about being the hunted, and now you are the hunted, right?
Yeah.
Before no run really, you got here. No one said, yeah, we're playing Medgar Evers. So you know what? What are we going to get? I'm going to drop 50. I'm going to drop 20, right?
Well, we were fortunate to have success early, win the championship our second year here. Last year, you know, we felt we had a good chance to repeat, and like I said, circumstances kind of derailed us. And we still had a chance. We lost by 1 at the buzzer. We had a couple key players coming back this year, so we were picked preseason #1 by the other coaches, which is an honor. It's always an honor for your peers to recognize the work that these kids and myself
do you
have
have to live up to that?
Well, I think in all honesty, the first semester we're struggling at that. I think the guys are kind of feeling like, I don't want to say that pressure, but the expectations. The spotlight's on, and the other teams are coming at us with a little bit more intensity. And you know, we have to make that adjustment. I don't think we've done a great job of making that adjustment yet.
Now, where are you lacking? As far as it seemed like I was at a couple of games, and it seemed like in the guard position.
Yeah, well, that's where we lost some of our guards, like I said, for those different reasons. You know, we're going to be getting a couple guys back that we expect to help us in the next couple of weeks. But just, you know, it's not one particular thing. It's just our overall level needs to just pick up.
Who's back also from last year?
Well, we have our key players back: Winston Douglas, Javon Deere, Coyote Prime, Valen Williams. These are 4 core guys of our run last year that are back. So we've been leaning on them heavily, but around them right now, unfortunately, we have a lot of freshman and first-year players, and there's certain things you can't really. They have to find out for themselves. It's hard to. You can tell them what to expect, but they have to go through it. And like typical freshmen, they've been up and down, good moments, not so good moments. But we like them, and we know their time is coming. Just a matter of getting that experience.
College of Staten Island.
Hey, well, you know what? College of Staten Island.
And Staten Island is not a borough that's known for basketball, at least in previous years. Now they're doing quite well.
Just like us, the last couple of years, you know, they brought in some really good players. Coach Patos and his staff does a real good job. Anytime we play them, they're disciplined, they execute, and you know, you're gonna have to fight for 40 minutes, and you know it's gonna be a intense game. With a team that executes very well and they're well coached and well disciplined.
You also played York in the quarterfinals last year?
Yes. York always has tremendous athletes. Coach St. John does a great job over there, and you know, the league, every night in the league, the great thing about this league is on any given night, if you're not ready to play, anybody can beat you. You know, there's not one team that's totally dominant, and we're finding it out right now.
Any of the players in this division can play at the next level.
Well, you know, we've been fortunate right now. Winston Douglas and Javon Deere have been here. They're seniors now. They've had pretty good careers. Javon Deere just became the all-time leading scorer in Medgar's history. Winston Douglas, out of 29 games last year, he had a double-double in 28. He was named the NABC Division III All-American. And those guys have been getting some inquiries from overseas scouts, so we're real excited about it.
So that says a lot to the program, a lot to the coaching here, right?
Well, like I said,
give yourself some credit too,
Coach. You know, I'm fortunate. I have a great staff, and I've been fortunate to. My father is my assistant coach. My best friend I played high school with, Coach Fields. My brother's a strength and conditioning coach here, and Coach Ferguson, who's a legend in his own right, coaching in Brooklyn here. So, if one thing I can take credit for, I've been smart enough to surround myself with good people. So, I've been lucky in that sense.
How has the support changed as far as from the school, the student body, the administrative staff here?
Well, of course, anytime you start having success, you see the enthusiasm rise. We've gotten a new athletic director who's doing a great job and trying to make some things happen for us behind the scenes. At all good programs on the court, it's a lot of stuff that has to happen from the administration all the way down to the student athletes to have a successful program.
Offensive, what type of offense do you run right now?
Well, we're a spread offense. I like to spread the floor and give my kids room to be creative within the parameters of our system. But these kids like to get up and down the floor. My thing is if you play D, I'll give you freedom on offense. But our big thing is our defensive pressure, and offensively, we just like to spread the floor, give each other room to work, and then just be aggressive. Just be aggressive.
So, February, man.
Well, that's basically the time of the year we want to be playing our best. We realize that CUNY's a one-bid league, meaning it's probably a team that wins the playoffs is going to go to the championship. So it doesn't matter if when the playoffs come we have 20 wins or 10 wins. We understand it's who's been playing their best in February come playoff time. And luckily, the last 2 years, we've been peaking at the right time in terms of the playoffs.
Coach, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me again.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.